Welcome and thank you for joining us for our health coach interview hosted by Baptist for Her Women's Health Program. My name is Jenna Braddock. I'm a registered dietitian and a proud partner with the For Her program. And I am excited to share with you a wonderful interview today with the focus of creativity and how it relates to our wellness. I'm really excited to be joined by Diannas Rosito today. She is a senior coordinator for the Baptist Health Place and has a wonderful experience and breadth of knowledge, both in wellness and in creativity. So thank you for joining us today, Diannas.
Hey, Jenna, I'm so happy to be here. I look forward to our conversations.
Yes, we did exchange some emails and both of us were just like, I'm so excited to talk about this topic. Because it's something that we don't often think about as it relates to our wellness journey of this topic of creativity. So, Diannas, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about your journey and your story around being creative and how that's become a big part of your life?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if I may get a little personal here, I think it's it's the best way to be just authentic so that people know that, hey, you can do this too. But my journey, I always remember as a child, being creative, but could never quite put my finger on the one thing I love the most. And so throughout my years, I landed up eventually here at Baptist Health, where I'm in wellness and I'm able to be creative with different aspects. And especially now that we're virtual, which is really cool because I get to expand my thinking kind of out of the box and also what I do outside of Baptist as well. So, and hopefully we can chat more about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I would love for people to know. I know your little secret. It's not really a secret, but tell everyone about how you are really intentionally creative and how you've turned that into a big part of your life outside of your day job.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I had my son back in 2018, like a lot of women, I really struggled with postpartum depression. It hit me really hard, probably the lowest I've ever been in my life. And I'm thankful for the people around me who helped me pick myself back up, including my coworkers. And that's special. But in addition, when we were all on lockdown in 2020, I had a lot of fears, that isolation, it was a lot for me. It was intense. And I told myself, okay, I think it's time to find something. I'd been through all these classes and therapy, and they always talk about self-expression, but what is that really? I didn't understand what it was. I did gardening. That wasn't for me. I killed everything. Then I came across polymer clay and I fell in love with it. And I just, when you find your passion and your purpose for something, you just kind of become one with it, Jenna. And I know you can relate to this. And so that is what I do outside of Baptist, but it's so funny because they both overlap. So in the daytime, I am a wellness coach. I talk to people about health and anything nutrition related. And then in the nighttime, I'm a polymer clay artist and I make earrings, and that's my side business, but they do overlap. And I've learned so much about myself. And I've been able to apply so much to my job from what I've learned about being a business owner as well. So it's been an interesting journey.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing those very personal sides of your story. I know there's probably a lot of women who can relate to that, and who knew something as, quote, simple as making earrings would really deepen your understanding of yourself and bring up some of the good things that you really want to experience on a daily basis. So that's so cool. So that kind of brings up the next topic of the connection between being creative, expressing yourself, and then mental health. And it sounds like that was a really big anchor for you as you've struggled with different things throughout your life. Can you maybe speak to that a little bit more, even encourage some women to explore that for their own mental health?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for me, I have always felt, I don't want to say not good enough, but I'm being transparent here. I've always had a lot of doubt, lack of confidence, always. On the outside, I'm very vibrant personality, charismatic, friendly, but internally, we all have our struggles we deal with. And those were my evils, right? If I may call it that. Those were things that I struggled with. And when I started creating and taking those steps to say, okay, now I'm going to start my business and launching things and putting myself out there, I was forcing myself or pushing myself to get out of my own way. And so that is something that creativity really helped me with, to become confident in who I am and being true to who I am as a person. It's such a difference in who I was in 2020 versus who I am today. There's so many things about me that has changed. I'm a lot more confident. So Jenna, when we talked about those 3 C's, that was really personal to me and something that came from me, because that's what I've discovered on my journey. If you just let yourself go, let yourself out there, put yourself out there to fail. It is honestly, as much as failure is scary, it is the best thing, because you learn so much about who you are, and it just gets better from there. And this is what I've found in my own personal journey. So I encourage any woman out there who's thinking about starting their journey, go for it. If one thing doesn't work, there's always something else that will.
Yeah, I love that, Diana. We need to dig into that just a little bit more.
Yeah.
This fear of failure. I see it, I experience it in my own life. I see it in the people that I work with, friends, that we're often scared to take a step because we don't want to fail. We want to always be good at what we're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it sounds like you've really learned about the process of failing through being creative. I'm sure there's times where you see something in your mind and it's just not happening, or something you love is not what somebody else loves. So I think about it, as we were talking earlier, about a safe place to fail. And that's actually something we have to practice and get better at, being willing to take some risk. And creativity really gives us a great opportunity to do that, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I always say it's okay to make crappy art. It's okay to make bad food. It's okay to mess up, because we all learn from those things. Being in my own box for so long and playing it safe, because that's exactly what I've been doing for years of my life, is playing it safe, because of that fear of, what are people going to think? What are they going to say? Am I going to be good enough? Right. And then I've come to learn there's always someone who's going to make better art than you, but my art is special to me. I made it with my hands. And if I love it, and I'm in love with my stuff that I make, and if I'm in love with it, that's okay for me, because I know that not everyone will love it. And that's not failure necessarily. That's just, everyone is different. We all have different tastes, but putting yourself out there and just allowing yourself to authentically express yourself has been the most amazing journey for me in terms of self-discovery and confidence as well. And oh my gosh, and talk about mental health. It has helped me in so many ways with anxiety, just being able to focus on something else and being able to love something else as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is so good, Diana. I appreciate your story so much. Let's talk about the idea. Okay, you're saying be creative, you're saying express myself, but do I need to be an artist here? Are we talking about picking a craft and becoming an artist to be creative?
Not at all. Not at all. So a lot of my friends are like, oh my God, I wish I can do something like this, but I'm not creative at all. So creativity, the word, automatically people hear it and they think, I have to be an artist. I have to know how to draw. I have to know how to paint. Let me tell you all right now, a big secret. I do not know how to draw to save my life. Okay. But I make earrings. If you see my earrings, you must think, oh my gosh, she has to know how to draw. My sketches that I would never want to share with you on social media because they're awful. But I know in my brain what it is. So no, Jenna, to answer your question, you do not have to be an artist. So creativity, it's the self-expression, a way of expressing yourself. That can be dancing. It can be taking a candle making class, learning a new instrument. It can be, I said dancing. Did I say dancing? I think I said dancing.
Yes,
So
you got that.
when you think about creativity, you have to expand your thinking. I think society says, oh, creativity is art, right? Everyone, no matter what, everyone can be creative. I'm creative in the way I cook my food as well. And Jenna, you're creative in the way you cook your food. You're creative in the way you've developed your cookbook. And so creativity comes in many different forms. You know, I think about CEOs and all these people in top leadership, they have to be creative as well in the way they manage. And so creativity is not just speaking, you know, about an artist. It's many different things. It can be gardening. It's just about finding something you love.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think of it as, what is the activity you can do and just lose track of time? You're not counting the minute. Like, and honestly, for me, it's gardening. When I get out into my garden, I don't care how dirty I get. I don't care how tired I am. I don't even know what time it is. Like, I'm just enjoying the process. And maybe that's a good takeaway too. It's whatever you do where you just enjoy the process. You're not focused so much on the outcome, but it's the process. And so many good things happen there. So one of the, you know, we're looking to get some research on this connection between health and creativity. And there's a little bit out there as far as how being creative and expressing that through your life is connected to longevity. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so I just actually looked up really quick through Mayo Clinic. They did a research and they found that it did help with Parkinson's and dementia. And of course, we talk about longevity, but just referencing really quick, with Baptist Health, we did a Blue Zone series, and a piece of that was how, you know, we can do certain things in our lives that increased our longevity. So just to the viewers, if you can check it out, it's bluezones.com when you get a chance. Lots to learn about that. And of course, there are a lot of other things, but when you think about doing something, think about how much brain power we're using and how great that is for, how healthy it is for our brain, using that brain power and doing something that we can feel good about, like gardening. And Jen, I can totally relate because I get lost in what I do. I will not eat. I will just get lost in what I do. Yeah. And eating for me is a big deal. So the fact that I would miss a meal says a lot.
Same. Well, one last thing just on this idea of finding that thing that makes you happy, that is an expression of you. I can guess just through my work with people and even myself that it can sometimes feel selfish, you know, to take that time to just do something for fun and expressive, express your creativity. So can you speak to that for women who may have that feeling like, how in the world am I supposed to find time to be creative? Or that, you know, I got to do all this stuff for my family or whoever else.
Yeah, I completely understand. You know, I'm a wife and I'm a mother of 2 young kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. And when I first started this journey, I felt guilty. I felt guilty all the time because I am doing something for myself. Moms, we do everything for everyone else, you know, and one thing I have become okay with, it is okay to be a little selfish if it's something that will help you be healthier for your family. And that was really important. And now I make sure I have boundaries. So boundaries are important. And if my kids are up and moving, I am up and moving with them. When they're down for the count at night, I am trying to do stuff. You know, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and that's when I start, you know, on my business. And when they wake up, it's mommy time. So I've found time to work around their schedule, but on the weekends, I also get them involved, you know, because it's helping them learn something new. And it's helping, like my daughter, she absolutely loves working with polymer clay, and it's helped her become more confident. She's starting to make her own little earrings. And so I'm like, gosh, I wish I had that when I was 6 years old, you know? So I see the difference it makes in my children. So just for moms out there, it is okay to do something for yourself. You know, I will say boundaries are important, but time is always an issue, right? And it's an easy excuse to make. But if we don't find time for the things we love, then what's the point of living this life, right? To enjoy it. We have to find time for the things we love. And yeah, I'm just, yes, my kids are absolutely number one, but my mental health is also important. And if I'm well, they're well. And the husband, he's well if I'm well.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. And I would just kind of tie that up by saying, women out there, like invite your kids into what you love too.
Yes.
To your point, I think that's so good. A lot of times we think we got to abandon all the things that we want to do for our kids. And to your point, that's another boundary where you can say, this is important to me. I love it. It brings me joy in life. Why don't you participate in something I want to do too?
Exactly.
I think that's a really cool takeaway, Diana. All right. Well, as we finish up here, you have the coolest little 3 C's here that you want to share with people about this creativity and wellness picture. So go for it.
Yeah. So my 3 C's that I shared with Jenna is creativity, creativity, confidence, and then courage. And it's in that particular order for a reason, because this is what I've discovered on my journey of creativity, right? Not artistry, on my journey of creativity, is that through being creative, it gave me confidence to be who I really am. And it gave me the courage to put myself out there. And when you put yourself out there, there's so many other great things that will come your way. And so I've learned that and I've stuck true to that. And so whenever I have a battle going on internally, I just have to remember where I was and where I am today. So creativity, confidence, courage.
That's amazing. You're like giving me goosebumps. I love that so much. All right, Diana, well, why don't you tell people where they can find you and your creative endeavors, as well as how they can connect to you with Baptist Wellness and the For Her program, because you offer some great services for women there too.
Yeah, absolutely. So at Baptist Health, we do a lot of really neat stuff to help out women and also just general population. We do a lot of really cool cooking demos online and education classes, and also one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you want to connect with us at Baptist, visit us at, you can email us, at wellnesscoach@bmcjax.com. And I'll say that again, wellnesscoach@bmcjax.com. All of our wellness coaches can check it and they'll route it to the right person if you want to connect with us.
Awesome. And then you got to tell people where they can find your beautiful earrings. And
yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jenna. So yes, the name of my business is Attia Designs. It's Attia. And it has a special meaning. So Attia is my daughter's middle name. It means gift in West Africa. And I have a website. It's attiadesigns.com. And that's where you can find my beautiful earrings, and as well on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, please follow Diana on Instagram. It is so much fun to watch. I love it.
Thank you.
It is a joy in my day to see you on there too.
Oh my gosh, that means so much. Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, having courage to do that today, Diana. I can tell that you are practicing this. That was so natural, and I know we can all benefit it. So thank you so much for joining us. Please get in touch with Diana. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.